And this relates to another social issue where I've expressed an opinion that has upset some of you. And that's on the deplatforming of specific people on social media. When Trump got banned from Twitter, I celebrated. In fact, I had been asking Jack publicly and privately for months, if not years, to kick him off the platform. And the same is true of Alex Jones. Some people think there's hypocrisy there on my side. I'm all about free speech, but when it comes to Trump and Alex Jones, I want to silence them. You're not understanding the situation. First of all, this isn't about free speech. This is about the right of a private platform to decide what voices they want to give a megaphone to. If freedom is your concern, where's your concern for the private company that doesn't want to have the most odious liars to ever draw breath take up all the oxygen on their platform? If you're going to nationalize Twitter and turn it into an actual public square, well then, okay, but don't tell me you're a libertarian if you want that to happen. These are clear-cut cases for me. Whatever terms of service Twitter has and had, it was absolutely clear that Trump had violated them long before he was kicked off the platform. Talking about somebody who's making credible threats of nuclear war, that doesn't violate your terms of service. In the case of Alex Jones, you had somebody who was claiming that the Sandy Hook parents who had had their 6-year-old kids butchered by a madman were in fact crisis actors faking this atrocity so that they could advance the gun control agenda of the left. And Jones unleashed his lunatic audience on these families. There are Sandy Hook parents who are still in hiding. There are families that have moved 10 times since that tragedy in 2012. All because of Jones and the insane people who've been taken in by his, what is it? I honestly don't know, mental illness or performance art. Right? And every time Trump tweeted against a private citizen, he was consciously ruining this person's life, knowing what would happen, knowing they would get doxxed, knowing that they would get endless death threats. You're telling me that a private company like Twitter needs to enable this behavior day after day after day, and that they're violating the principle of free speech when declining to enable it a day longer? Granted, there is a lot to debate around the power of big tech, but the idea that someone like Alex Jones has to be platformed anywhere makes no sense. And there's certainly no reason to invite him on a podcast.